Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. I'm standing in the middle of, well, Origins, the gaming convention in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm going to be telling you about the 10 games that I think will sell out before it closes its doors on Sunday, some of which I expect to not last through Thursday or Friday when you're watching this video. Now, before we dive into this, I do have one other intriguing proposal to present to you. As you're watching this video, leave a comment down below letting me know the single game that you wish you could have. And what we'll do is at the end of Thursday, right before the doors close, I will personally go and purchase whatever game is commented the most for a future giveaway here on the Quackalope channel. So, let me know your votes down below and enjoy the show. And if you happen to be here at Origins, make sure you stop by and say hello. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but I guess it's time to go. Honestly, I know this is a little bit of an easy pick, but Foundations of Rome from Arcane Wonders is an amazing miniature-based polyomino game. I loved the heck out of this. We have a copy sent by a fan ready to give away on the channel, and on top of that, these are some of the last copies available in any marketplace, anywhere. I'm considering picking up another one for myself, because once these are gone, they're gone. You can see the little peak of orange behind my shoulder here. This is another one that absolutely will not be here by the end of the convention because it's just that good. We're talking Burncycle from Chip Theory Games. Right now in the wild, I think this is the first convention where you can actually get your hands on it in person. On top of that, they do have brass miniatures, which are some of the nicest metal miniatures I've ever came across, and they're magnetized on the bottom. And this is probably the most approachable and arguably my favorite Chip Theory game to date. We have an amazing gameplay coming down the road, but for now, just trust me, pick up a copy of this. I'm gonna be honest, at this point it almost feels like I'm cheating. There's only about 50 copies of Final Girl left in the wild here to sell. So this isn't even going to last Thursday as far as I'm concerned. I mean, a blowout Kickstarter, an amazing solo puzzle that recreates, well, your wildest horror fantasies. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but needless to say, I'm also debating if I should get another copy of it. I want them all, which is why none of them are going to last. I was right about Moonrakers last time, and I think I'm going to be right about Veiled Fate this time. One of the first times you'll actually be able to get a copy of this game in person from IV Studios themselves. Veiled Fate is probably one of the best social deduction experiences I have had. We have a gameplay coming down the road that is 6 players deep, and let me just say, it is worth every single second to watch. Veiled Fate is going to be another one of my picks for games that'll sell out here at Origins. And if you haven't played it before, swing by. I'm sure they'd be happy to give you a run-through and showcase exactly what it's like to be one of the gods. Another one that I absolutely have to talk about is Vagrantsong from Weird Games. If they have copies here, this one has remained on the charts and on a lot of people's radars over the course of the last year when I first picked it up. An incredible little dungeon crawling style game with a great story, fantastic artwork and acrylic miniatures, and well, yeah, acrylic standees, something along those lines. And trust me, if they have copies when you stop by and you like a good story, you won't regret bringing this one home. This doesn't count. It's not actually available, although if it was, it would disappear immediately. This is one of, if not the first production copy or pre-production copy of Frosthaven.
That'll be here tomorrow, actually.
So I am insanely excited to actually check out what it's going to look like in person. So I don't know if this counts as selling out, but since Frosthaven wasn't available, they do have Gloomhaven puzzles, and here's the deal. They're doing a promo for the event specifically. If you buy anything, $20 or more, you're going to get one of these puzzles. And they brought enough to make sure that everyone leaves with one, presumably. But this is a list of things that's going to sell out, so hopefully they all disappear. Now, oftentimes, this wall of bags from board game tables is one of the things that just doesn't last in the convention cycle. It's one of the most convenient ways to carry your board games around, and after you've purchased 1, 2, or 7 of the games on this list, you'll probably be coming by here to grab one of these up. Now, they might not all sell out, but I guarantee the colors that you want won't be available by Sunday. 2 games that are available for the first time ever here at the Lucky Ducks booth is going to be Pocket Detective and Sherlock Holmes Case Connection. Now, this one is going to be a game all about drafting and kind of pattern building on the table, doing your best to solve associated cards, drafting them from your hand, playing them down to solve the eventual crime. And if you know the TV show, it's full of little snippets, scenes, and moments that you'll recognize. And then Pocket Detective is going to be 3 games in one, standing at about $9 or $10 each. It's going to be focused on escalating charts, as if you're kind of building out a detective case with variable endings and a whole little puzzle that you're solving. If you enjoy a fun, little, accessible detective-style game, I don't foresee either of these lasting, mostly because it's the first time people will be able to get their hands on them. A game that keeps going in and out of availability, but is, I think, number 17 on the hotness and racing up the ranks on BGG's top 100 of all time. No, I think it's number 17 on the top 100 of all time, is going to be Ark Nova from Capstone Games. And if you don't have a copy of this yet, come demo this, especially if you like Terraforming Mars, which is the biggest comparison it's had. Some people don't agree. I personally think there's enough there to kind of analyze them next to each other. Amazing game, all about building a zoo, great tableau building, and really cool action selection engine with a card row that's kind of programmed as you move up the board. I think this is going to disappear. I'm pretty sure. This doesn't count as selling out because they don't actually have games available yet. They will be taking pre-orders though, and we covered this a while ago. I'm just excited to see Distilled out in the wild. This is an incredible game, and if you like liquor as much as I do, it replicates the feeling of actually distilling and creating various different types of beverages all across the globe. It's a fantastic little Euro game. They've done some refinement to the final production, development since the last prototype or Kickstarter that we played, and this will be one of the last chances you get to order it before it starts shipping and arriving to your door. So swing by, take a closer look. They'll be demoing and showing off how the game functions here in person. So I swung by Hit Point Press here. I mean, I'm a massive fan of Humblewood just because I grew up, you know, reading all of the Redwall series, and I'm nostalgic as I'll get out with any furry creatures with swords, but they do have 3 items that are oftentimes hard to get your hands on. We have the Riffin pin, we have the Riffin plushie, which are nice but not games, and the one RPG we're going to feature here is going to be Aetherra. They only have 15 of these left in the first printing from the Kickstarter, so if you want to get your hands on this, well, now would be the opportunity. What this is it's going to be the idea of high fantasy or high technology that's slowly degrading down. You'll be exploring through a city, playing through a D&D campaign, taking you from level 1 to 5. It also has a semi-secret, very interesting module that allows you to hook onto a, well, website app through a QR code that'll be playing music, have some sound effects, and also give you visual animations while you play. So if any DM really wants to impress their party, this might be the book you're looking for. This game, this is the one it was brown boxes before. I forced them to open up one. They're still freaking building wooden structures. I don't know what they're doing. It's honestly probably irresponsible, but this purchase would not be. I think I can say that legally. Yeah, I stand by what I've said. Sure, this might be one of the greatest moments of my life. We have 2 handsome gentlemen, both with Red Bull backpacks, handing out Red Bull.
You need to get a Red Bull backpack.
I am going to war against the water that I was forced to drink the other day by drinking more of this stuff. I'm also going to make them both subscribe to me. They're not aware of that yet, but it's part of the agreement.